name is Patrick, and this week we are playing Avatar Legends. And to start off our games, we normally go ahead and go around the table, introduce each other. We are waiting on one person. Looks like two people, actually. Brian and Andrew. We're going to go ahead and try to get started. Hopefully, Brian will join us. I'm not sure if he's still planning on. He did say earlier today he was playing. Let me try to reach out to him real quick and see if I can get a hold of him. But in the meantime, while I'm doing that, why don't we go around the virtual table and introduce each of us? Now, Cody, I know you're going to be doing that, utilizing the chat, and I'm sure that you're already tapping away. But, Damon, can you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your character you're going to be playing tonight and a little bit about yourself as well? Thank you.
Yeah. GM Dad on most platforms. Also DM for a lot of various games. But joining Patrick for this Avatar game. Still new to it, but it's been very fun so far. My character is named Old Hanzu. He's an old guy. Kind of the wise, old, kind of Obi-Wan of the group. That's the intent anyway. Whether it plays out that way is another story. But he is an airbender, and he's basically taken notice of one of the younger, more kind of bubbly characters of the group, Amanda, who is a waterbender. I believe her character, I can't remember her character's name at the moment, but I basically am just trying to steer her away from the life that my character had in his youth, because he's kind of seeing her fall into that same kind of path of, being real high on life and then being crushed, by some kind of traumatic event, and he's just trying to prevent that type of backstory befalling her.
Awesome. Alright, so it looks like both Amanda and Brian will be on momentarily. Thank you for that introduction there, Damon. And continuing on to Gracie.
Yeah, so my name is Gracie. Here soon in April, I'll be playing with Pat and all that for a year now, so that's very exciting. My character for Avatar Legends, her name is Mao, which means defender in Chinese. She's pretty young. She's only 19. She's a firebender. She chose to do the Guardian playbook, which means that she protects a special person, and that would be Andrew's character, Sarlocke, which is also her best friend. And she's just kind of exploring the world. Doesn't really have any dreams of her own yet. So, that is Mao.
Thank you for that there, Gracie. I'm sitting over here reading this going on from Cody over here. Squirrel Police? What's that all about? Okay.
It was a sidebar conversation pre-game. My dad went to school for criminal justice, but then switched to conservation. Squirrel Police.
Oh, nice. Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so with Cody, you said, hello, I'm Cody. I am Cody, sorry. Been playing tabletop games. Put on your glasses, Patrick. He doesn't say that there, but I'm saying put on your glasses, Patrick. Okay. Alright, so been playing tabletop games for close to 11 years. Tonight I'll be playing Jax, a guardian who is trying to protect another soldier, Flint, that is in the group. Being an earthbender, being an earthbender, I use that to try to keep things neutral. Okay. All right. So very good. And you were talking about um, Flint. And just so happens that Flint actually did arrive in our chat just a moment ago. Brian, if you're there, you are muted. Very good.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, and a little bit about the character you're going to be playing tonight.
Give me just one quick moment here.
If you want, I can come back to you.
That'd be nice.
So Amanda, would you like to go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, and a little bit about the character you're going to be playing tonight?
Yes, I am Amanda, and I am playing a waterbender by the name of Tanga. She comes from a tribe in the south. She is a very headstrong individual. She's pretty willing to dive head into circumstances and situations to try to solve problems. She also has a hard time hearing other people out and getting different perspectives, but that is what her lodestar is for. The one person that she's able to actually talk to and allow to be told what they should do, wisdom-wise and advice-wise, and that would be Old Hanzu.
Right on. And Old Hans is, of course, Damon's character.
Yes.
All right. So, Brian, do you still need a few moments? Because I can do a recap and come back to you.
Okay, I'm good now. I just had to close my windows.
Oh, good, buddy. So, Brian, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about the character you're going to be playing tonight.
Hey, I'm Brian. I work at Quaker. I just recently got into role-playing games just past few months. I'll be playing Flint tonight. He's an Omashu soldier, just recently got out of a 4-year service. He's trying to rejoin the world, I guess you could say. So he decided to leave home and go to Republic City to start a new life and join the fights, earthbending fights, etc. And trying to help his PTSD for it to help rejoin the world.
Indeed. All right. And we will have Andrew on in a little bit. He's still finishing up at work. In the meantime, I'd like to go ahead and do a recap of what happened since the last time we played, or what happened the last time we played. And I believe Gracie is prepared with that. Go ahead, Gracie.
Okay, so previously on Avatar Legends, we went against this one team. I totally forgot their name. But we ended up winning the match, and in celebration, our coach decided to take us out to this fancy place. And as we were celebrating and having a good time, my character, Mao, notices on a TV about the news about what happened with the vigilante and the explosion. And of course, we're on the TV a little bit too from saving the construction site. And so my character kind of gets curious and talks to the coach about, what if the vigilante isn't necessarily wrong, what is doing for a walk. And as we do, we notice that this little old man's shop is getting raided by these thugs or gang. And so we decided to step in, and it didn't go the greatest. But long story short, the old man accidentally got knocked to the ground by Old Hanzo's airbending. His shop ended up on fire from my firebending. And so another gang arrived and started a turf war, which was not good. And then out of nowhere, kind of like a smoke bomb appears, and then that's when the vigilante appears again, kind of taking care of the gang. And then before disappearing, he tosses us a thumb drive, and so he disappears. We take the thumb drive. We skedaddle from the police, and so we are now back at our base or where we are staying, and we plugged in the thumb drive, which is encrypted. So now we are currently trying to figure out how we are going to decipher this.
Indeed. So, your allies, as I were actually called the Gale Winds, and you can actually find that information down in the category of Avatar Legends with your allies. This is actually a team that you've played against numerous times before training with. So you're fairly familiar with their coach, Master Liao. Okay. And of course, you guys had expressed interest in working with said coach because of his bending ability. As he actually, let's see, Master Lio, okay, a revered airbender known for his peaceful and meditative approach to coaching. And you actually have an airbender in your party that had expressed wanting to, train with him at some point. Anyhow, thank you for that, Gracie. And so, getting into tonight's little session, you guys once again find yourselves in the locker room preparing for practice. As what was it? AI would say practice? Not even a game. We talking about practice. Practice. Okay, anyway. But yes, you guys find yourselves in the locker room, okay? Getting ready to go out for practice, okay? You guys get yourselves all dressed up and so forth. And who has said USB drive and or explosive device, and where are we keeping these things?
Probably in a little bag, but on our waist.
Yeah, I'm not sure who has them.
I might have grabbed it.
Okay. All right. So let's say, Amanda, you have both devices, USB drive, and the external or parts of the explosive device you found at the construction site. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say you have them in your locker, and as you're preparing, getting yourself dressed and stuff like that, you go over your locker, and there they are. Okay. And so it's relevant in your minds. Okay. It is a topic you guys wanted to conquer this week. So I'm trying to give you guys an inlet to that. So you find those devices in your locker. Okay. And maybe you're contemplating what you should do with them. Well, you got your little group around you. What would you like to do with them?
Well, we need to have them somewhere safe. Do our coaches know we have these?
I'm not sure. I don't think you ever discussed any of that with your coach before.
That's a good point. Because I was gonna say one of the main people to keep them safe while we're doing other things would be one of the coaches. I'm not sure if we have time to mess with the thumb drive and the device at the moment, do we?
I don't know. Let's say that your coach walks in to the locker room. Okay, and as you said, you don't really have time to deal with it right now. Okay, and you guys are getting prepared for your endeavors. Okay, and he actually looks up and sees that you have some strange object in your locker. So Jai says, what is that?"
We found this after that first vigilante incident.
Vigilante
Yes.
incident? You mean the construction site, the fire?
Yeah.
You took this from the crime scene?
Yeah. I had good
Oh.
intentions and a good idea.
Yes, you always do, he says. You always have good intentions. It's your follow-through that I wonder about.
Well, we haven't exactly had the time to do anything with it just yet, with other things that have been going on. But my plan for the device was to try to find out who made this device. In hopes to find out who that person was, to maybe lend some help, so there's less destruction further down the road, in case he decided to do something like that again.
Did you find anything else besides this device, you say?
Well, found wouldn't exactly be the word for it. Given would be another word for it.
What do you mean, he says? Or she says, sorry.
Well, the other night, there was some trouble at someone's shop, and we were trying to help things out, and that vigilante guy showed up again and threw us something, and then disappeared.
You and this vigilante.
Yeah, we're starting to have a friendship going on, I guess. Not the kind of friendship I'm looking for, though.
He says, well, she says disappointedly, she says, let me see those things.
Okay.
She says, I really want you to try to stay focused. You guys have a big match today, okay? Let's go ahead and get our calisthenics in. All of you go ahead and give me a couple of laps, okay? And we're gonna work on our calisthenics today, and then you guys can hit the showers. I tell you what, I have a friend of mine, okay? I'm not going to get you in trouble or anything like that, but I do want to talk to them about what you got going on. I don't want you to really concern yourself with it right now. Remain focused on the match, and after the match, we'll talk about this again.
That sounds good. We were just wondering where we could keep those things safe, because I wasn't really feeling good about leaving it in my locker.
Says, I wish you would have come to me about this before. It's a little sad that I had to discover it.
Well, I apologize. I was thinking about asking you to safe keep these things and explaining things. We weren't entirely sure what to do about the situation just yet. So we were trying to settle ourselves, I guess.
Indeed. So your coach is going to challenge you to do better in the future. To come to them whenever you have these little issues that you always find trust. Make sure you trust them as they trust you. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. That door swings both ways. You start keeping things from them, important things like, getting involved in an investigation. Yeah, things like that could come between you and your, extracurriculars. Extracurricular. Right. Sorry. But anyway, so you guys go and you guys do your running. Okay. You guys get your running in for the morning and do your calisthenic exercises, basically like jumping jacks and things of that nature. Nothing too over the top. They don't want to tire you out. They just want to get you, make sure you're physically prepared. Your coaches are adamant about not just mentally preparation, but physical preparation. Body needs to be prepared. And so you guys do all your workouts and so forth. Is there anything that you guys would like to discuss with each other as a group or individually as you guys run around the track or pair up to do your sit-ups and jumping jacks and whatever? You guys could definitely be having those conversations. Maybe about what you should be doing with this vigilante, or I don't know what is on your guys' minds.
What's on my mind is I can't figure this guy out because he did something big and explosive and disappeared. But then the next time we saw him, he tossed us something to look at. So I'm like, there's something we're not picking up yet. And I'm wondering why he tossed us something when he knew he was being chased by us.
So is there somebody you're addressing with this matter, or are you just addressing the party in general?
I guess I'm just kind of addressing them in general, or kind of talking out loud, or making a comment out loud to see what the others think about it.
It does seem peculiar.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, it is kind of strange.
Yeah. Like, is he trying to send us a message like, hey, I need help, or?
Well, it kind of almost makes me feel like our first encounter with him with the fire was almost like an audition.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, like an opening act.
There's a fire. Do we engage with it? We did. Now that we did, we're willing to engage in threat type, situations. Maybe that's the kind of people that they're looking for. Maybe that's why he was encouraged to give us this key card. I might be reading into it too much. But
maybe he's studying us. Seeing
right,
combat, just in general, maybe studying.
Cody pipes up and says, I don't trust the individual. Too early to tell.
Yeah, that's true. I would definitely not throw caution to the wind.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm willing to hear him out. Maybe we can see what's on that thumb drive.
Mm-hmm, indeed.
I'm just wondering what it could be on the thumb drive. Is it directions? Is it information on who he is? A place of establishment?
I'm wondering if it's an address, like a meetup or something. That's what I'm wondering about. To be honest.
Right. What were you saying, Gracie?
I was gonna say, I do remember before he left, and I asked him who is he? He pointed at the thumb drive.
So the thumb drive is supposed to explain who he is and maybe what he's working for. Because I feel like he's got a bigger agenda.
Who knows?
than just menial things. It's not a lot we're going to be able to do till after this match, though. I wonder if our coach knows anybody who knows how to go through encryptions and such.
You from this town?
Do what?
Is anybody from this community?
I am not.
Neither am I.
Yeah, I'm not from around here.
Okay. Patrick, this is what I want to do. It's going to sound super random, but hear me out. I am an old man. I'm going to take the thumb drive. I'm going to walk up to the nearest smart kid nearest school, and I'm going to act like he's my son or like my grandson. I'm going to be like, oh, grandson, blah, 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 some Asian name, and, like hold up the thumb drive and be like, you were supposed to open this for me yesterday and you never came by, like basically just totally lie my ass off. But,
Alright. So 2 things real quick. 1, you guys did attempt to get into the thumb drive before and discovered it was encrypted. And
Right.
the second thing is that the thumb drive is no longer in your possession as it was given to Coach Jai.
okay, so is it unattainable? Like, are we not allowed to have it back?
Well, okay, so Amanda had it in her with the explosive device. Jai coach walked in, saw the device, asked her about it. She talked about it, also showed the USB drive, thanked her for being honest and stuff like that, expressed her concerns, told her that she had someone that she thought she could have look into it, okay? But not to concern yourselves with it right now, as you guys need to stay focused on your match. Now, if you'd like to try to deviate from that, you could totally go and try to get it from Coach Jai's office. That could be your thing. That's what you'd like to do now. You could totally do that.
I mean, if there's somebody else looking into it.
Yeah, you do have someone looking into it.
All right.
I love the idea, and I totally would like to explore it. I just want to make sure, Yeah, totally. That would be really cool. I would like to do that. However, there's a slight complication with it.
Right.
All right, so let me see.
Yeah, I just want to say I was laughing when you were saying that.
All right. Can I ask you guys real quick to? Yeah, you guys probably can't because I goofed on that. I got to figure out the thing with the subscription deal. But anyway, let me pull this up real quick. Amanda, can any of you send your character over to me? Can any of you do that?
You want me to send you the link?
Yeah, just send me the link for your character. If you don't mind, that'd be great.
I am working on it. Do you want us to send it to you on the chat in here?
That'd be fine. Thank you.
That's what I did.
Thank you. That was way easy, guys. I appreciate you.
Welcome.
We appreciate you.
So
I am straight.
2, 3. Now. is. Okay. All right. Nice. This makes it a lot easier because everyone's a little bit different in their stuff, and so for right now, this is awesome. So, Kinga.
What?
Yeah. You've been challenged. This makes it a lot easier being able to see it in front of me. To live up to your principle. Okay. All right. By your coach. Okay. When you take an action in accordance with the values of a principle, mark 1 fatigue to roll with that principle instead of whatever stat you normally would roll with. Okay. So what this is essentially, results. I would like you to slide yourself 1 on the scale towards results.
So +1 on results?
Yes, and a -1 on restraint.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, keep it on -1 on restraint?
No, no. You're absolutely right. You're going to take it +1 onto results, which also is a -1 on restraint. She's asked you to next time be more assertive with it, bring it to someone, do something. Don't just sit on it like what you did.
Okay. Got it.
Made it a lot easier. I was like, how do I do that? What do I need to do here? You know, I knew I needed to do something, but it made it a lot easier having access to your character sheet, so I can actually see what I need to do. Okay, so cool. All right, so that's been done. Now then, you guys finish up practice. You guys go and end up into the showers, you know, get all cleaned up and whatever. And you guys can even, as you guys are making your way from the gymnasium to the showers, you can start to see the people starting to shuffle in to the arena. As they're pulling up at the parking lot, they're gathering outside. You can even see some like tailgating going on. You can smell the food. Like it's like turning into a little bit of a thing. You've got a little bit of a following. A lot of people cheering for the. What is your guys' name again? You guys haven't made one.
You right.
It's something we should have done in session 0, and we've just been laying it off and laying it off.
I thought we were all going for just the newcomers.
Oh yeah.
That's what we knew last time.
All right, newcomers. The newcomers it is. Everyone just calls you the newcomers. All right. Your 3rd season, and they're gonna be like the newcomers. Your 7th season, and they're gonna be like the newcomers. Great. It's great. All right. Sorry, it's little things tickle me. All right. Thank you for that.
10 years later, the newcomers are back.
Exactly. He gets it. All right. So, so you guys go back to your locker room, get it all cleaned up and so forth, and Flint, my man, the hammer. Tonight is a big deal for you, as I believe you have yourself a rival that you're working towards, right?
Yep, an adversary.
An adversary, sorry. Yeah.
Darn.
Garn, thank you. All right. Garn, Earthbender, the defensive specialist, focusing on creating obstacles and fortifications that make it difficult for opponents to execute their strategies. He is the backbone of the team, providing both defense and strategic counterattacks. So you're going to be dealing with someone that can already do kind of what you've been doing as well with your strategies. Okay, so you can only assume that they're going to have a lot of the defensive minded here. So with that, you guys have your different coaching strategies. How would you guys? Which benefit are you guys taking? You guys going to make it harder for them to score against you by taking Coach Sulu's advice and playing defensively, or which is what you've been doing, okay? Or using your morale.
I think we should probably go more like attack if their defense is strong.
Okay.
That's totally just suggesting.
Well, you could use your morale. That means the people on the sidelines would have greater effect in the game, as you guys are basically trying to boost each other up, giving essentially bardic inspiration to each other. Trying to assist. Like a moment ago, Amanda had to set herself one down the scale on her balance, and you guys could basically be helping to keep each other in balance, so that you're operating at your most effective. So when you guys end up taking a fatigue and end up going a negative, maybe like last week, you had Flint, actually, that felt, some kind of way about having injured someone, okay? And you guys, try to console him. You guys have a better effect when you're trying to do that, okay? Be more effective that way. Just to get you an idea of how that would basically.
I'm down for morale.
Okay. Right, switch it up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not wrong with that. I'll go with it.
Me too.
Morale. Okay. So Coach Jai's morale. All right. Benefits teams have improved morale, reducing the impact of physical tactics by opponents and enhancing stamina. So this is going to allow you to, wave off some of that fatigue, with a little bit of your own team morale, All right. So, with no further ado, okay, you start pulling into the arena, and I guess start hearing. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I like that. Jamming.
Sorry, but yeah, you guys hear your music, start playing and stuff like that, and making your way out into the middle, and then so to your counterparts. Let me go ahead and get something pulled up here for you guys. I'm going to get a roll 20 together for you guys. I haven't done that yet, and I apologize. It'd be easier for me sending you guys, showing you guys where you are, allowing you guys to have a little bit of a tactical advantage in some instances, so forth. But that's your arena that you pour into. Of course, there you see the arena being empty. You would see it full, lights and so forth. Nice. All right, so First thing we're going to do is go ahead and Router, I guess it's up to me then. Sorry, getting all jumbled here. So you guys pour into the arenas. The arena, both of your teams, yourselves, and the Ember Fangs. Aijin, Sula, Tolok, Viri, Ren, and of course Garn, with Master Pyron, an old school firebender with decades of experience in both combat and competitive bender coaching. Pyron is a strict and demanding coach who believes in discipline, rigorous training. He has molded the Ember Fangs into a top-tier team through tough love and relentless practice sessions. His coaching philosophy is all about overpowering the opponent both mentally and physically. And he instills a fierce competitive spirit in his team. So we're going to have a challenge this evening against the Ember Fangs as they are a full team. Like you guys. You guys have 6. But of course, one of your members is not here right now. We'll just say he's on the sideline. Okay? So you guys are going to have to decide real quick as 3 members of the Ember Fangs pull into the middle of the arena. Kaijin, we'll say, which is a firebender. Sula, a waterbender. And then Garn, the earthbender. Okay? The 3 of them get into the middle of the arena, ready to go first. What about you guys? You guys are sitting in. They have a firebender, a waterbender, and an earthbender. I send it over to you. What would you like to do?
Well, I know Flint has to be in it, doesn't he?
You may definitely want to get in there against Garn for sure.
Oh yeah, I want to be on the field.
Alright, well that's one spot.
And remind me,
Okay.
do we have a firebender?
You do.
Yeah, it
If I
is me.
remember correctly.
That's right. Okay. I could not remember. I'm so sorry.
Mal, our
That's
guardian,
okay.
is a firebender. I believe that's the only one. Yeah, Tinga, Flint, Hanzo, Mal, and Jax. And then, of course, there is Andrew, and he's not here just yet. I'm sure he'll be on momentarily. It's almost 9 o'clock. So we got one competitor.
I'm ready to throw the hammer down.
Oh yeah. All right, so Flint is in.
Yeah.
Who else is in?
I mean, I volunteer as tribute.
Volunteers
Yeah.
tribute. So Amanda and Gracie, is that correct? So we got a waterbender, a firebender, and an earthbender. Should match up pretty well. Okay.
Yeah, I figured if they're big on the offensive, then it might be a good idea to have matching elements so we somewhat know what we're dealing with.
So we got just a few minutes before Andrew gets here. Would we like to just go ahead and pause here for a brief moment until Andrew's able to join us?
That'd be good. I wouldn't mind going out and having a cigarette.
Let's go ahead and take a 5. Let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break. Okay, I'm gonna bring my Discord out with me, so you guys can feel free to throw questions and stuff like that at me.
Yay, me too.
Let's do that.
And I just had an idea about what that USB drive could be just now.
Well, what's
What's
that?
that?
Did that, first of all, did that explosive, did we get that explosive the same time as that USB drive, or at least from that same vigilante guy?
Same vigilante, not the same time. We got the smoke device shortly after that big explosion with the construction site, and we were going to track it down. We got the thumb drive when he tossed it to Gracie when we were helping out that guy at the shop.
Well, the thought I just had, because when we tried to go in it and it was encrypted, so we couldn't figure out what was exactly on it. What if we encrypt it and that explosive went off the moment we got it encrypted and blew up?
So we should have them separated, or at least well, the bomb's already been used. I think it's just leftovers from when he used his bomb. I think the shell was left over.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it's
thinking,
active
though.
anymore. That is really good thinking. I didn't even think of that.
What if they're connected and if we got it near us and we get it encrypted, next thing you know, boom, we're all dead. Because I had that thought as we were prepping for a battle kind of thing just a few minutes ago.
Oh, I didn't realize you couldn't hear me. I was saying that wasn't a bad idea at all.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, that was just crossed my mind like a few minutes ago.
Yeah. But no, we just have the shell of the bomb. So he had already used the bomb, but there was remnants of it left behind. Now I'm starting to wonder if he did that on purpose.
Right?
Because what if he left it there for us to find? Like he's trying to leave us a little trail.
Right.
Yeah, as if he wants to be found. Or, like, known.
I feel like, well, you know what? Remember when, who was it? Who said that they were wondering if we were, like, being put on trial? Or, like, he was trying to give us trials? Or testing us or whatever?
Maybe
Yeah,
this
like an
is one of
audition.
those trials.
Right. So what if both of those times he did that, maybe he did leave the canister behind, or the shell of the bomb, whatever, like, purposefully. Because he didn't disappear out of thin air. He could have snagged it before he disappeared, I'm sure.
Right.
In the smoke cloud. But he didn't. But then he also tossed us a thumb drive when we asked him who he was.
Right, the plot thickens.
Dun, dun, dun.
So maybe both of those are like, maybe the thumb drive was a step up, and if we can get past the encryption, then we pass another test and go from there. Maybe there's contact information and not just a destination.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional damage.
Nice timing.
It was.
Hello.
It's me.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, you're good, man.
I was thinking about making that Stone Cold Steve Austin my one when I log on. So every time I log on, it would just be like.
I love it.
Man, if I had that every time I get on, I'd be like, holy shit, what broke?
Yeah, you can actually set it to custom, just customize that stuff. Fancy little things on Discord.
That'd be my reaction if I had that when I logged in. I'd be looking around. All right, what broke?
Because you'd be too stoned.
Exactly my point. All right, whatever. I know it wasn't my body.
How do you make those sound files there, Patrick? For the soundboard?
That's a great question. Okay. So you're on your phone, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. What you'll basically do is slide up in order to open up your menu, basically where it would allow you to invite a friend, change to Chris, or whatever. And at the very top of that, above deafen, or share your screen, is a soundboard. You see that little icon right there?
Yeah, no, I'm, yeah.
So if you on yours, okay, you may need to be at a computer, but you should be able to add sound. Okay,
Okay.
it'll have a little icon right there for you to add sound. And
Okay, yeah, I see it.
okay,
Right
then
on.
you can upload any little byte, sound wave, or sound file. MP3 is the best format. And it has to be within 5 seconds. 5 seconds or less. It does have a little editor that you can, slide to fine tune that 5 seconds if you like. It's a little finicky, but yeah, it works.
That's what's up.
And we have a scrappy dappy do.
I apologize for the tardiness. I had to run the liquor store by myself today because my other coworker had to go to the hospital for a potentially fractured wrist.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, wasn't done at work, but still, it looked pretty bad and was swelling up like a balloon.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I, good and conscious, I was like, I don't even want you to work anymore.
Right?
So, yeah, it took me a little bit just to have to properly close down the place.
No, you're good. It's all good. I'm glad you joined us. So a couple things. First, let's go ahead and get a introduction of yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, a little about the character you've been playing.
This is I, Scrappy Dabby Doo here. We'll be playing the Waterbender Sarlacc today. Sarlacc's a little bit of a feisty waterbender, not a traditional go with the flow kind of guy. And yeah, he's here to have some fun and hopefully, not cause any mischief.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Okay. And I was going to also ask you if you could go ahead and send a link of your character sheet over to me, if you don't mind. You can drop it in the avatar chat here.
Yeah, give me just a second to get that done.
You're good. So we've actually just done a little bit with discussing what to do with this device and the USB drive. It's been given to one of the coaches, assistant coach, which is said that she's got someone that she'd like to have look into it. But to stay focused with the match, sitting you guys on to do your practice, and now you guys are in your match, or just about to begin your match. The party opted to wait for you before they go ahead and start. You guys are prepared against the Ember Fangs, which are for the basically Fire Nation type stuff. Primarily, they have a lot of firebenders. Their coach is a firebender. Got 2 firebenders on their team. A couple airbenders. A couple waterbenders and a couple earthbenders. No airbenders on their team. Just throwing it out there. And with that, they have a earthbender, a waterbender, and a firebender that are out on the arena floor, waiting for you guys to match up with them. So far, it's been decided to be Flint, Kinga, and Mao. Now, unless you yourself would like to go up first, okay, we're going to go and start with that grouping.
Yeah, no, go ahead and start with that group. That's a solid group right there.
Okay. So with Avatar Legends, it is not so much rolling initiative. We don't roll initiative. What we do is we decide what we, in fact, are doing. Are any of us attacking this round?
I'll go ahead and attack.
Okay. And you're gonna defend. What was that?
I will as well. I'll attack.
You both are attacking. Okay. Alright, so between the 2 of you, okay, go ahead and roll attacks. Okay, we'll decide those first.
And that's just 1d6, right?
Correct. Oh, no, you're rolling 2d6. You roll 2d6. Always roll 2d6.
Okay, sorry. My combined roll is 4.
I got a 9.
Alright, give me 1 second to bring something up. So a 4 and a 9, they're not good. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. But there we go. Here we go. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Alright. For each non-player combatant in the exchange, the GM chooses an approach. GM should note these approaches down, keep them secret. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Each player chooses their approaches. So, as you attack there, Amanda.
Yeah.
You're water bending. You attack at our earthbender. Garn. Okay. And it ends up hitting the wall. Okay. And as you end up hitting a wall that he creates, okay, and as that happens, you actually find yourself at a disadvantage as an attack is coming in the other way, okay, from the other waterbender that is attacking you at the same time. Ends up hitting you with an attack while you're open, and you're going to mark a fatigue. Okay.
Yep.
And Brian, you said you rolled a 9. Is that correct?
Yep.
So a 9 is technically a success, but a success with complications. Okay. So you do end up hitting the earthbending wall as well. Okay, with your deal, and you actually end up breaking part of it down with your own earthbending. Okay, sending a column of earth up towards that way, bursting the wall. But as that happens, a shower of the rocks end up raining down on the area in which you are standing, and you're going to mark 1 fatigue. And sorry, Amanda, that's going to be 2 fatigue for you. 2
Okay.
fatigue because you actually got hit. Okay. Now you're defending. Is that correct there, Gracie?
Yeah.
Okay. And in what way are you trying to defend?
Well, I'm just kind of watching and silently assessing their like attack styles and
Okay.
stuff.
So that's actually wouldn't actually fall into defense. That actually falls into evaluation. So evaluation actually happens basically last. Doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. But you're just observing what's going on. Okay. So as your two party members both advance to attack, you stand back and watch the barrage, and you protect yourself from the falling debris and the incoming splash attack. Okay. But that's going to end the turn. Okay. The other earthbender, firebender, sorry, tries to attack at you. Okay, Gracie, but you manage to dodge out of the way. Okay. And that brings us to the top of the next initiative. So I'm going to ask each of you to go ahead and decide what you're doing. Are you guys attacking, observing, or defending? And anyone on the sideline, anytime you guys want to contribute, you guys can, of course. You guys already have a couple people with fatigue in the combat. So you guys are always observing. So I'm always going to come basically to you guys last. Is there anything you guys are doing?
I'm like cheering the team on if we were talking about everyone on the sideline.
Okay.
Trying to keep morale up.
Okay.
Yeah, morale support.
Okay. I'd like for one of you, okay? One of you to go ahead and roll me, okay? We'll use for... You can use harmony, or if you're trying to give advice, you can use creativity, okay? But harmony is you guys working together, okay? One of you guys can roll with harmony, and I'm going to give you a bonus from each of your party members that's assisting. So that essentially gives you a +2 bonus.
I'll go ahead.
If you already have a bonus in harmony, it'd be better for you to roll. Okay? So, old Hanzo, I see you have a negative. Okay?
Yeah,
Jax, I see you have a 0. And I don't have your character sheet for me there, Andrew.
Huh. I just sent it into the Avatar
There's a face-
Legends chat.
Okay.
Wait, was I supposed to send it through Facebook or was I supposed to
I
send
see
it
it
through
now.
Discord?
You're good.
Okay.
I got it. I got it. Located it. We're good. All right. So, and then you have 0 as well. So either Sarlacc or Jax would be okay to make this roll without a negative.
Does anyone mind me if I just go ahead and roll it?
Go for it.
Cool.
All right. So you get a +2.
12.
12. All right.
Nice.
So I'm gonna allow each one of our party members to remove a fatigue.
Thank you.
Okay. So Andrew, thankfully to your positive roll there, Amanda, you can remove 1 fatigue, and so can you,
Yeah.
Brian. So Brian, you're back at full as your party all has your back, building up your morale. Okay. Now then, let's go back to the top of initiative. What are you guys doing there, Brian? What are you doing?
I'm gonna switch over to defending now.
All right, and how are you defending?
How am I defending?
Like building a wall around you, something like that?
I'm just gonna ready myself for combat, kind of,
Okay.
just prepare myself.
Okay. All right. Okay, that sounds good. I'll get you after the exchange then. What about you, Gracie?
Quick question. Did I learn anything while I was observing?
Roll me 2d6 and roll for focus. Roll with focus.
That's a 9.
It's kind of like that 8-ball when you shake it up, and it says not clear at this time. But you think that there's a way, if a way for you to effectively bring down that wall, but you're not sure exactly what yet. You have to see it more of it, I guess. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna choose to attack this time.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so you get to ask 1 question. Okay. For your actual role, and it would be creativity, I guess, not passion. If I had you roll that with creativity, would it have come out the same? Let's see. It would have been a -2, which would have been a 7, which would be the same result. Okay. All right. So you get to ask one of the following questions. Okay, Gracie, for your result. What here can I use to blank? Okay. Who or what is the biggest threat? What should I be on the lookout for? What's my best way out, in, or through? And who or what is the greatest danger? Or who or what is in the greatest danger? You can ask one of those questions.
I think I'm gonna go for who is the biggest threat.
Okay. The biggest threat right now is appears to be appears to be Kai Jin. As he hasn't actually been acting, he's been directing. So
Take out
he's
the
been
truck.
telling them what to do. Okay? He's their strategist. Okay? On the field of battle. Okay? So he makes him the biggest threat. Plus he's a powerful firebender.
Oh, he's the firebender. Okay. Understood.
Okay. And that is the actual result of your thing. Okay. So want to make sure I got that right. I'm not just trying to wing it. I'm trying to do this correctly. Alright, so let's go. Was anyone attacking this turn?
I'll attack again.
You were attacking? Okay. Did I hear both of you saying yes to that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me go ahead and get rolls and figure out what you're doing. How exactly are you attacking?
I'll let you go first, Tango.
Oh, okay.
So using your water bending, you are...
Well, I don't think I'm doing very much. I was gonna try to shoot the firebender with a jet of water, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, okay, so you shoot it with a jet of water. Okay, so Tinga, that means you're gonna be rolling with using your training. Okay, right? Relying on your skills and training, which is going to be rolling with focus, and you have a +1 in focus.
And I rolled a 3.
And because we are rolling with the results, you're going to get another +1. So that means +2 for this attempt.
Okay, my total is 4.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
No.
Okay.
That's why I
And
said I'm not going to be doing much.
You were shooting with your water. We'll get back to exactly what happens with you on that result.
Oh no.
Gracie, what are you doing?
I'm going to attack the firebender with some fire arrows.
Okay.
So like a barrage of fire arrows.
Okay. Nice.
And you said it's a +1 on the focus for the thing? For like the morale? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can't hear Pat.
There, can I?
Patrick's muted.
Okay. I thought I was tripping. I was like, ah.
Off.
He's a-
Sorry about that. My computer chose at that moment in time to restart to update. Yay! Okay. So, I was like, did you roll a result yet? Okay, so Gracie, what did you roll for that? What was your total?
Oh, I asked the question, is it you said it was a +1 to like the focus for the morale thing?
Yes, you get a +1 on focus. The morale help reduce fatigue. That reduced fatigue for the character. That's what ended up happening there. Okay, so you're rolling for focus, so you get a +1.
Cool, which would be a +3 for me. Nice. That's a 9.
9. Okay. So, what actually ends up happening is that you're attacking who?
I was attacking the firebender guy.
Firebender. Okay, so you actually end up shooting at the firebender, you say?
Yeah.
And when you do, he actually ends up, you hit him dead, okay? Except he uses his hands and blocks your fire and absorbs it into his own self. Makes it part of his own flame. This is going to leave you feeling insecure. You can accept that result, or you can mark 1 fatigue. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay? You either accept the result or mark 1.
I'll do a fatigue.
Say it again?
I'll do the fatigue.
Okay, so you take a fatigue. Alright. Now then, Amanda.
Yes.
For your 3. You were attacking who?
I was trying to go for the firebender.
So the firebender actually ends up sidestepping your water, and it goes right past him. And so with that, you're going to take 2 fatigue, or you're going to become Kinga, right?
Yeah.
You're going to become afraid. Scared that you're not going to be effective.
So are you having me choose, or you want me to do...
I'm asking you to either mark afraid on your conditions or take 2 fatigue.
I'm going to take 2 fatigue.
Okay, so you take 2 fatigue. Alright, so that should leave you with 3 fatigue right now. Brian has none, and Gracie has 1. Brian, with your assessing the situation, okay, I'd like for you to go ahead and roll with creativity, please.
Alright. I got a 4.
4. Unfortunately, that's not a success. Okay. This is either going to be leaving you feeling insecure, or you're going to mark 2 fatigue.
I'll take 2 fatigue.
Okay. Your party's out there looking pretty ragged right now. Okay, so it's up to you guys right now. So once again, you guys are going to have the ability to boost morale for your team. Okay.
I'm definitely boosting morale by if you have ever seen any cartoon and you have like the tiny little guy like in the air screaming in like 2D version, That's me right now,
That's
trying to
you.
boost morale.
Yeah. Boost the morale.
Okay. Looks like I'm back up again. Alright, so try to raise morale. Everyone's doing the same thing again, okay? Do you want to roll it again, Grace, or Andrew, or do you want to have someone else roll?
I'll go ahead and roll. I'll see what my luck is up to.
Okay.
Sorry guys, we're going with a 4. We're getting no morale tonight, guys.
Okay, so with a yeah, with that, let's see here.
Did I just get a technical foul?
I think you might have. Let's see what happens here. That's
Why
with the
about
plus. That is with the +2, right?
Oh, that brings it up to a 6 then. That makes it better.
6, almost, yeah, a little bit better, but still not a success or
Is Scott
anywhere
Foster
near a
about to
success.
wake up?
So essentially, what we're trying to do here is guide and comfort. Okay. What I'm going to have you do is either A, you can start feeling insecure, or you're going to mark 2 fatigue.
I'm just gonna be feeling insecure about myself.
All right, so you're going to mark insecure, and that's going to move you, shifting your balance towards Starlock as the outcast. I think it's going to move you towards integrity.
Oof. I got you.
Okay. All right. So that moves you 2 towards integrity. Actually, it says.
Yep.
Yeah. That. Wow. All right. So that's going to give you a yeah. That may counteract some stuff. We'll see. Interesting. Now you got a +2 to integrity and a -2 to society. Yeah. Interesting. So that brings us back around to the top. Still got a grueling match going on. What are we doing here, gang? Who's attacking?
Tenga is not attacking this time.
Not attacking. You're gonna try to assess the situation.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get ready.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
stick with defending.
All right.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do the lava star. And if I'm not mistaken, that's a defensive attack, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So let's take a look at that real quick, Flint. The lava star. I like it. Technique. Lava star.
It's in defense.
It's creating a floating, spinning star of lava that can cut through nearly anything. Mark 1 fatigue and become favored. As long as the star is active, every turn you use the star as part of an attack. You can also cut through or destroy part of the scenery as if you had used Smash basic technique. Use the Smash basic technique at no additional cost. You may mark 1 fatigue at the end of each exchange to keep the star active. So as a defensive maneuver, when you defend and maneuver, you're protecting yourself and others, focusing on the environment and advantages you can build or disadvantages you can inflict. You change your position, maybe try to escape maybe try to get to higher ground. You are not attacking directly, but you do your best to block enemy blows. This approach isn't as aggressive as advance and attack, but it isn't as standoffish as evade and observe. It's a solid, resistant tactical approach. Okay? So, sounds like you're going to lose a fatigue for every turn, but you can use it to basically intercept the enemy attacks and stuff like that, looks like.
Heck yeah.
Alright, so, we'll as you pull up your lava star, doing that stuff, okay? Anyone attacking this turn?
I am, yes. Sorry, that was muted.
Go ahead and roll an attack, please. And
I got an 8.
And, well, okay. You're going to be rolling with focus, okay? Right? And what are you doing?
So I'm going to attack the airbender, and I'm gonna
there's no airbender on the team. There's a waterbender, a firebender, and an earthbender.
My bad. I will go after the waterbender.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do the fire pinwheels.
Fire pinwheels. Okay.
And then that was an 8.
This is in your tactics. Hold on. Alright. Throw a spinning disc of pure flame. Mark 1 fatigue. Your target must either mark 2 conditions or mark 1 fatigue and dodge the disc and allow it to set everything around them aflame. Possibly inflict negative statuses. Okay? Alright. So, you do go ahead and attack with this thing, and you said you rolled an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you were attacking the waterbender?
Yeah.
So the waterbender is going to mark a fatigue, okay? As you do end up throwing this thing at it, okay? But then she douses it with water and extinguishes it immediately, okay? This is going to either A, you're going to mark an additional fatigue, or you're going to feel troubled.
We'll do the trouble condition.
Okay. Brian, you're defending, so the rock guy, he's also built this wall to protect himself, and he's looking at your your spinning fire wheel, and he lobs his lobs part of his earth wall at you, and you end up smashing it with the lava star. The firebender tries to launch an attack as well, and you smash that with the lava star. So well done. You do mark a fatigue, of course, for the end of your turn. As I had someone that was observing, correct?
Yeah.
Go ahead. So you're observing or defending? What is your thing?
Oh, I'm defending, not observing.
Defending. And so how are you defending?
Kind of like maybe trying to make like a water wall.
Okay. All right, I like that.
I'm not sure how else I would defend with water other than having like little streams flowing around to try to knock things out of the air that's flying.
Right.
I might go that route instead, actually. Trying to have little streams of water going around, so if one of them throws an attack, hopefully one of my jets would be able to catch it before it hits someone.
Okay. I'd like you to roll with creativity here. Okay? You're trying to use your bending in a unique way.
Okies. I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. So you do manage to, for the first time ever, manage to begin doing what you're trying to do. Okay. But it actually is as you pull up your water, your comrade pulls up his little spinning disc thing. Okay. And ends up disrupting your water, sending it flying. Okay, so even though it ends up defending and destroying both of the incoming attacks, basically nullifying your water wall. Okay, this is either A, gonna make you feel insecure or troubled. Okay, you can choose. Okay, or you can mark a fatigue.
I will be insecure.
Okay. So you become insecure. Okay. It's going to be a -2. And you're just going to shift your balance. Okay. So insecure is shifting you back towards restraint.
On the white?
Yeah.
And you said it's moving over 2?
Yeah. It moves back 2. So.
-1?
Yeah. Looks like it.
Okay.
And Gracie, you did the fire thing. Yeah, you guys all did your stuff. Now then, we want to give it another go. Give Cody a chance to roll this time. Okay, he says he's ready. Okay, so Cody, let me get a roll from you. An 11. Okay, you're rolling with focus. I'm sorry, the creativity. You did get 11. Very good. Awesome, guys. Okay, so with this, okay, your character is named Jax, correct? Yes. Okay, and guiding comfort. You're running with harmony. Sorry, I told you the wrong thing. Either way, so you guys, okay, can either A, clear a condition, or remove 2 fatigue. Each of you have the option of clearing a condition or removing 2 fatigue.
Tango
I
remove
don't
2
have any
fatigue.
conditions, so I'm gonna remove 2 fatigue.
Nice. Nicely done, guys.
Yeah, I did my condition.
Okay. All right. And we're gonna go again here. Okay.
I will attack.
You're gonna attack. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna roll with focus, and what are you doing for the attack? Same thing.
No. I'm going to instead do like a focus bolt of fire and shoot it at the waterbender again. No, I'm actually gonna go for the firebender. I'm gonna go for the firebender.
All right. Okay, so I'm assuming, Brian, you're maintaining your defensive deal, right?
I'm gonna switch over to attack now.
Okay.
So I'm not
Alright.
gonna be using my lava star anymore.
Okay, so you drop the lava star. Okay. And Gracie, you're gonna roll with your tactics and training and skills or whatever. Go ahead and roll an attack, please. Skills and training.
That was 8 again.
All right.
I'm doing so
And
much
that's okay. I'd like to get a result from Brian real quick. Go ahead and roll with your lava star.
I rolled a 6, but I'm gonna use strike. I'm not defending anymore. I'm attacking.
Oh, so you're okay. You're not using the lava star anymore. You're just making a standard attack with your
yeah.
thing. Okay. All right. So, all right. So that's going to end up as you attack Brian, you end up leaving yourself open. Okay, and you're struck by the opposing waterbender. Okay, they hit you with a water attack, sending you back 1 space. Okay, so you're back there with Amanda. So both of you have been pushed back to 1 space, but that's it. That's the only thing that's happened to your team so far. Okay, throughout all this exchange, both of you have been pushed back once. That's it. With your fire, Gracie, you go and end up attacking, but the Earthbender ends up blocking it. Okay, you're gonna either mark a fatigue, or you're gonna mark a condition of angry, fed up.
I'll do the angry, but I did attack the firebender, not the earth one.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
The Earthbender intervened. Okay, is what ended up happening there. And Amanda, what were you doing here?
I'm gonna go for I'm gonna be on the defensive. I'm gonna do pinpoint aim.
Pinpoint aim. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, honey. How you doing? Girlfriend just walked in. Had to say hi. Alright, so you're doing the what now?
The pinpoint aim.
Pinpoint aim. Alright. Like it. So take the time you need to line up a perfect shot. Become prepared. Okay? In the next exchange, if you advance an attack, you roll with focus or passion, your choice. If you use strike, you do not have to mark a fatigue to choose what you inflict. I like it. Okay, so you're become prepared this turn.
Yeah.
Nice. Very well done.
I gotta make up for my failure beforehand.
All right, so let's get a roll from the sideline.
Can I roll if they try to get the crowd to do the wave?
Yes, you can.
What would I roll that under?
I would like you to continue rolling the same thing you've been rolling. Roll with, yeah. This is essentially, I'm feeling like this is still with Harmony.
Do I still get the +2 added for that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are all working, as long as you guys are all working together to do the same thing, that's fine.
Cool. If that's the case, then that'll come out to an 8.
Okay. All right. As an 8 for that, you guys will be able to remove one, I believe, one fatigue. No, it's only on a hit. So for this, it's kind of the gray area. So we're just going to say nothing happens. Okay? All right? Kind of a gray area here. Because if you succeed, there's immediate, like, stuff, great. And if you fail, it's like you get a condition.
Right.
You're neither succeeding nor failing. You're somewhere in the middle. You see a few members of a crowd starting to get into it, though. So it's not a total failure. You are getting the immediate people together. You start doing a wave, okay? You see a few people do it. Maybe you'll be able to do it again. We'll try.
I gotcha.
Okay. It has begun, though. Okay. With that, that brings us back at the top of initiative. Okay. And we're gonna go back up to see who is attacking this turn.
I will attack it again.
I
Okay.
am also attacking.
I'm gonna defend.
Okay.
So, quick question.
Yes.
Amanda, do you want to, like, combined attacks?
Ooh. I would not be opposed. That sounds like a good point.
Are we allowed?
Here's what I'd like to do with that. Because you guys are very much like doing this in combat right now. Okay? So you see her gearing up. Okay? So, are going to... You're going to plead. No. You're going to help. Okay. Okay.
Are you talking to me or Gracie? I'm sorry.
I think we're going to help here. Okay. All right. And looks like you can help a companion. Okay. To give them a +1, just as they were doing, on the sidelines. Each of them helping get a good roll. Okay. So if you want, you can do it that way. You can either assist her in that way, or okay, you can bolster or hinder, aid or impede a nearby character, inflicting an appropriate status. So in this, we are trying to assist someone. So when a PC learns techniques, blah blah blah, yakety spackety. All right. All right. Okay, so I want you guys to describe how you're using your powers together. How you guys are wanting to do this.
Well, since the leader of, or like the strategic guys, the firebender, I think what we can do, if you're cool with it, I can kind of attack first to, like, distract, and then you can come in with, like, your water bending to
So you're trying to do a coordinated attack.
I dig that.
Okay.
I like
So
that idea.
which one are you coordinating against?
They're firebender.
I want you, Gracie, to go ahead and make me an attack then. Using your training and focus. Okay. You can use whatever thing that you want to do. If there's a certain move that you wanted to do, that's fine. Technique or whatever.
I'm just gonna go fireball.
So you lob a fireball.
And I got
Very good.
11.
11. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. So you turn to your partner, okay, and you start conversing with him, with her, just the way that he has been with his party members, okay. And you hit him with this fireball, okay, as he looks over to see what she's doing. As he looks over to talk to her, or look at her, see what she's doing, because you just spoke to her about something, leaving him open, and you just smear him. Boom. Right with this fireball. Now then, Amanda.
Yes.
You're prepared.
Yes, I am prepared to strike. I am rolling. My intention, she sent a big firebolt. I'm sending a water jet.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give you a +1. Okay. With this bolster. Okay. So a +1 for this attack as well. Okay.
Okay. Is there a particular stat you're plussing, or are you just plussing whichever
Whatever
stat
you
I'm
roll.
using?
Whatever you're rolling, you should be rolling with focus. Okay, here.
On the prepared one, I was able to use passion.
Then use
Whenever
passion.
I go to events.
Yes, then do that. Okay.
Sorry, I was going to go with passion because I already have a +2 on it. I need all the
That
help.
works. That's fine. So you roll with passion. Okay. You're just going to get a +1 to whatever you roll. Okay.
So it'd be +3 in total because of the +2 passion, right?
Got it.
Okay. In that case, I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Or wait. No. 11.
That makes a big difference.
Sorry, I mismathed. I had a brain fart.
All right. So as
Your math wasn't mathing properly.
Correct.
leaving me in suspense, it's okay. So after your fireball hits Gracie, immediately after that, a water jet comes in and ends up hitting him as well, backing him up not once but twice. So he actually gets knocked down to the ground, okay, completely down to the ground, and he has to pick himself back up. Like all that fire that he'd been building up around himself is completely out. The other two members are like, oh my, because they're like, Captain just got the snot kicked out of him. Meanwhile, you're defending, right, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay. So with your defending,
Yeah, I'm just gonna ready myself by putting up a earth wall around myself.
okay. I was looking at stance or move. Choosing your an approach only declares the basic style for the combat and blah blah blah. But defend and maneuver rolls with focus. Okay. Advance and attack rolls with passion, and evade and observe rolls with creativity or whatever. So on a step, yeah. So go ahead and make your roll. Okay. You're defending, right? So you can roll with focus.
Got an 8.
8. Alright, so you're gonna choose looks like use one basic or master technique, blah, blah, blah. Mark one fatigue. Okay, on a miss, you stumble, but you can shift your balance away from center. Use one basic technique. Okay. So you're going to mark a fatigue.
Yeah.
And you're going to either become angry or mark another fatigue.
Yeah,
As you defend, but that rock wall ended up smashing through, okay, and disrupting your walk wall, okay? And so he actually ends up hitting you as well, so you end up going back one as well. You can either mark angry for that, or you mark a fatigue.
I'll take angry.
Okay.
I had
so
a
you're angry.
plan there, and I wasn't able to do it.
Right. So, yeah, unfortunately, your defensive maneuver didn't quite work. Okay, and he broke through your wall. Okay, so you get pushed back as well. So far, you're pushed back 2 spots. So is the captain. Okay, pushed back 2 spots. That means you guys are both at the end of the board, the outer area. Everyone in the attendance is now like, oh my god, what's going on? Let me get the roll, Andrew. For a
Give me
wave.
1 second.
1,000.
2 1,000.
3
1,000.
1,000.
4 1,000.
Let me do a
5
10.
1,000. 6 1,000. 7 1,000.
8
So yeah,
1,000.
everyone's on their feet now, and you see that little wave that you began has started to go back up around again as you raise your hands up again. All 3 of you do. You see the entire arena all up. Rah! You know, they're all getting anticipation to what's going to happen next. Okay, so far the entire first round has resulted in a stalemate. No one has been able to score against each other. Okay, no one's been able to score a knockoff anyway.
Am I able to start a chant at the same time?
You could try.
And by chant, I personally what I want is I want to chant. What do I want to do? Do I want to go at the firebender, or do I want to cheer the team on? I'll cheer the team on.
Macaroni with the chicken strips.
I like to go ahead and start like a knock the opposing team off chant, like something like that. I can't think of a good way to do it, but
Try to make them lose focus.
yeah, exactly. I need them to hear voices.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So you start trying to get something going. Why don't we try that? Why don't we try that at the end of the next turn? Okay.
Okay, I can do that. I can wait.
Keep this moving around. Bring us up to top of initiative here. So, who's attacking this turn?
I will attack again.
I will.
Okay.
I'm going to do my pinpoint aim again.
Okay. So you load up again with your pinpoint aim. All right. So how are you attacking, Gracie?
Brian, would you like to do another combined attack?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to do?
Do you want to go after the Earthbender?
Yeah.
do you want to throw like kind of like a rock, like a big boulder at him, and then I can like set the boulder aflame?
Yeah, that sounds
Wow.
like a good idea.
All right, we can do a help teammate here with that because you're like actively like turning his thing on fire. We'll give you a +1 to the roll. Okay, if you're successful here. So go ahead and do the same thing you did a moment ago with Amanda. Only this time, it's going to be yeah. Let me do that. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'm just going to use this as a help teammate. You're not going to have to roll anything for this. You're just going to light it on fire as he throws it out. So, Brian, let me go ahead and get a attack from you. Okay, using your skills and training.
I got a 7.
7. You do get a +1.
So that'd be an 8.
An 8. Okay. All right. Okay. So once again, we're back at the whole. You do it imperfectly. The GM tells you how your approach might lead to unexpected consequences. Okay. Accept those consequences or mark of fatigue. Okay. So as you smash against his wall, he doesn't seem to affect it at all. Okay? He closes up that wall again, and you're unable to penetrate it. This is going to leave you feeling, we're going to make we're insecure now. We're feeling insecure. We're thinking maybe we can't actually do this. You can't even hit him. Or you can mark a fatigue.
I'm going to mark fatigue.
Of course you are. Okay. All right. Okay. So, and so at that point, Amanda, who are you focusing your attack against?
Let's see. You said the firebender's in the last
Yes.
one? Where's the waterbender?
Hasn't been hit yet.
Has not been hit yet. All right.
Now, I want to point this out to you. Your coach tells you, okay, your head coach says, you hit that firebender one more time, she's in the drink.
That is a point. I'm going for the firebender.
Or he's in the drink, rather. So, all right. So you're going to be prepared here. You're going to be rolling with bonuses.
Yeah. I rolled a 6 in total.
Okay. So your coach probably made you nervous. Okay. And
100%.
as you fire, you do end up missing. Okay.
Damn.
So you're gonna end up as you do it as well, you end up discovering foul. Okay, as the referee speaks up, it says, she stepped over the line. Oh, Amanda.
That girl.
Amanda. How could you do that? Such a critical situation and you stepped over the line. Okay? It's going to make you feel guilty. So you mark a fatigue already for technically missing. This is going to be an additional fatigue you can mark, or you can you can start feeling guilty.
Oh, my guilt's already devouring me. Yep.
Okay. All right. So, what were you doing now, Andrew? Is there anything anyone else was wanting to do? I haven't heard you for a while there, Damon. I don't want to exclude you over there on the sideline.
Wait,
You're,
me?
Yeah.
Just cheering the team on.
Okay. So your little girl, stepped over the line just a moment ago. She's feeling pretty sour about the whole thing.
Oh, no.
How are you guys reacting?
We're just shouting that that it's okay. Just don't like it was just one mistake. Just brush it off and do some bending fun.
Okay. Let me get a guide and comfort roll from you there, Andrew.
Ew. Let's see. Where is
It's going to be rolling with harmony.
Harmony? Okay, I was just making sure. 7?
Okay. 7.
Unless everyone else was doing the same thing and the +2 is still in effect, then it'd be a 9.
Yeah. So, I don't think you were talking loud enough. She didn't seem to hear you. Okay.
Have a good night.
That's
So we're not going to have an effect here.
I gotcha.
It's unfortunately not effective. Okay.
That's fair.
And so okay, that brings us back to top of initiative. Okay. We've got choices to make here. With your misstep there, Amanda, you and Brian are both on the last ring.
Fuck.
Yeah. With the foul. Okay. And Gracie, you've been moved back as well 1. So everyone got moved back 1 by that foul. Okay. Now then, brings us to top of initiative. Who's attacking?
Me.
Okay.
I'm gonna defend.
Okay.
I'm going to use pinpoint aim again.
Okay. Oh yeah, another thing about that foul. With that foul, the firebender ended up being able to step forward 1 zone. So not on the last zone anymore, on the middle zone. So you'd have to hit at them twice to back them off. All right. So who's attacking and who are you attacking?
I'm gonna attack the firebender again.
Okay, you're attacking the firebender again. Anyone else attacking?
Danga's using pinpoint aim again.
Okay. All right. Crazy, let me go ahead and get an attack from you. This is going to be using your skills and training.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot a concentrated, kind of like almost like a fire beam, but towards his face.
Okay. All right. Make an attack.
It's a 6.
Okay. So good news here. Okay, your fireball swings right past their head. Okay, and then you hear one of the officials, blow a whistle and gives you a warning. Okay, you almost hit him in the head. Be careful. That almost looked intentional. All right, that's just a warning they're giving you. Okay, you get sent back a zone. Okay, you lose a fatigue, and you can mark a condition. Okay, as being in. Are you already angry?
Yes.
What other conditions do you have already?
None. Just
Okay,
angry.
you're gonna start feeling troubled. Okay,
So
or you
angry
can mark
and trouble.
or you can mark a secondary fatigue.
We'll go with trouble.
Okay. All right, so you get moved back, so you're back there as well. You're making your pinpoint aim there, Amanda, so you're becoming prepared this turn. Okay.
Yeah.
And Brian, you were defending this turn, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you build your wall around you. And tell you what, just because you don't actually have to roll this to do this, but I'd like to go ahead and get a roll from you to see as they barrage your wall to try to knock you off. How successful is that? Are you managed to hold up that wall? Because they're all going to focus on you.
I got him 10.
Nice. So you managed to hold that wall and keep it together as all three barrages come at you all simultaneously. Well done. Preventing them from being able to knock you off.
Yeah.
All right, that brings us back around to top of initiative. Okay. Of course, anyone on the sidelines, if you wanted to have something you guys were wanting to do, you could try to do that.
Could I go for my chant?
Okay. In what way? Okay. What chant are we trying to do there, Andrew? And is there anything you'd like to do, Cody, or anything you'd like to do, Damon?
Remind me again what the post firebender.
The firebender?
Yes.
Well, you asked what now? What was the question?
Yeah, are the opposing team's firebender? What's his name again?
Okay, his name is Kaijin.
Is there any way I can start a Kaijin sucks eggs chant?
Okay. Can try, I guess.
I'm not trying to be mean to him.
It sounds a little bit like it.
I'm just trying to get him off his game. If it's too mean, I hope I'm not getting teed up for it. But
No, I get it.
That's what I do.
I get what you're doing.
Yeah, let me roll for that. A perfect 12. 2 6s.
All right, so we'll say that you start some chant and start yelling absurdities. And yeah, maybe he's feeling a little bit insecure. Okay. We'll see how it affects him.
Like
I'll continue to try to cheer the team up, Cody says. And so, alright. Okay. I'll tell you what, Cody, go ahead and give me a roll, to see if you're able to guide and comfort. You can use a bonus. Okay. All right. So you guys can clear a condition or clear 2 fatigue.
Jenga is clearing a condition.
Same.
I'll clear fatigue.
I am no longer
Hold on 1 second,
insecure, I'm
guys.
just guilty.
Hold on 1 second.
That's funny. I'm no longer troubled. I'm just angry.
It's the best way to be.
No, seriously, she was angry, and then that's when I was like, you know what? Let's tag team this hoe. And then she ended up getting like a freaking 11 attack. I was like, dang. I was like, maybe she should stay mad.
You and I both are just straight up pissed off.
I'm so sorry about that, guys. I was interrupted a little bit. I apologize. Okay, girlfriend came in asking me about whether or not he needed something. I don't know. Anyway, didn't want to be rude to her, so I had to, do all that stuff. But unfortunately,
You ain't gotta excuse yourself, it's alright.
Yeah.
but
Ladies and
unfortunately,
button.
I didn't hear what you guys ended up saying there. So I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and decide you guys are attacking or not this turn.
Yes, I will tag.
You guys were able to clear a condition or clear 2 fatigue. I'm sure that's what you guys were talking about. So, Gracie, who are you attacking and how are you attacking?
I'm gonna go for the Earthbender.
Okay.
And
you're attacking the Earth.
does he have a wall up still, or
Yeah, he's been maintaining a wall.
okay? I would just like to fireball the wall.
All right. And anyone else attacking?
I am.
Amanda. I
And
am
how are
too.
you? Okay. And how are you attacking, Brian? And who are you attacking?
I'm gonna be attacking the firebender.
Okay.
And basically I'm just gonna punch my earth wall, and boulders are gonna be shooting towards him.
And Amanda, you're attacking, I'm assuming, the firebender again.
Yes.
Okay. So, Gracie, let me get an attack roll using your training and focus.
That was an 8.
An 8. So, yeah, you end up hitting up against the wall once again. And unfortunately, didn't do any significant damage. This is going to end up making you feel insecure. Okay, that your fire is just not enough to get past this rock, or you're going to mark a fatigue.
I'll do insecure.
Okay, Brian, you're attacking the firebender with your rock, as you said, rock column. Go ahead and make an attack with your training.
I forgot I was muted. I got a 10.
Nice.
You are successful. Okay, you end up hitting the firebender with your rock column, knocking him back, and he ends up going back one area. Gracie, I'm sorry, Amanda. Pinpoint accuracy this time. You are prepared. Make an attack. You get a bonus here.
I got a 12.
Okay, and so with your pinpoint accuracy with your water, you end up hitting them and knocking them off into the water. Okay, and they fall into the water. Okay, that's awesome, guys. Okay, so and at that point in time, they ended up calling following the first period. Okay? And you guys have actually outscored them in the first round, 1-0.
Ooh.
Now then, in order for me to get through these next 2 periods, okay, yeah, and with the time restraint I kind of have here, I'd like to finish this combat this evening, okay? But I think that me having 9 rounds of combat per, whatever, is going to take a little bit of while, okay? So I'm gonna round this up to one thing, okay? I'm gonna have each one of you go ahead and roll me an attack, okay? All right, each one of you, okay? You're each gonna roll with focus, with skills and training. So that's 6 attacks here, okay? And if I get more successes than failures, good things will happen. Okay?
Are we using
So
any of your stat bonuses?
You can use whatever bonuses you currently have. Okay? You can roll in whatever favored way you'd like to roll. Okay? Using whatever tactic, this, that, and the other. Yeah, if you guys want to roll using, instead of actually rolling an attack, you'd rather continue trying to assist your comrades, you can roll with guide and comfort. Whatever your strong suit is, roll with that, and let's see how it contributes into earning a victory here tonight.
Alrighty. Kanga is rolling to attack.
Mel's gonna do the same.
Okay.
Mel's an 8.
8.
Kanga got a 10.
10. All right. Okay. Brian, what you got there?
I got an 8.
8. What about you, Damon? What can you pull out for me? Using your skills and training, let's see if you can land a blow. Okay. Thanks.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Need a drink.
Total is 6.
Okay. All right. I got a 9 from Cody. Andrew.
I got a 10.
Okay. Oh. It's not terrible. Good news is, throughout the course of the rest of the game, they're only able to score a couple of hits against you, never being able to knock anyone off. Okay? Brian,
Yeah.
you fought against your favorite enemy valiantly. You weren't able to knock him off. Okay? You weren't able to defeat him exactly. He didn't knock you off either. Okay? But you guys won the match because you guys were the only one to actually score an actual point, knocking anyone off the platform. Okay? As the match ended up being a draw from that point out. Never another point was scored either way. So your teamwork ended up prevailing this game. Okay. And you guys ended up being able to overcome against one of the top teams in the league.
Woo, go team.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully that puts us in a good position.
And the
yeah, for sure.
newcomers, yeah.
You guys have
Yeah.
won. You guys have won 2-0 so far. So you guys are up 2-0 with a record so far. Of course, this is only preseason. We're just preparing for the regular season. And so you guys ended up going back to the locker room, getting all cleaned up. After you guys are done out of the locker room, perhaps celebrating from the victory, Coach Jai approaches you, tells you that she managed to be able to find someone, as she said, that could help with this endeavor with this USB card and this device that you guys had found. Ends up telling you that if you wanted to, you could join her and she'd take you to go see them. Okay. And afterwards, you can go out for a little bit of celebration on the town for this victory you guys earned this evening. Asked how you guys felt about that.
Utanka says yes and yes.
Yes. And
Starlock's down to celebrate the win.
Yeah,
Alright.
me too.
Watch we go to celebrate and catch the vigilante again.
Right.
Possibly. We'll see.
Now I wonder if
So-
the vigilante's been watching our matches.
You guys end up catching a ride with Jai, Coach Jai. And you guys actually make your way to a very luxurious apartment building. Like one of the most extravagant in the city. Very, very, no problem, Brian. Very prestigious, whatever. So you end up coming to this penthouse, this luxurious penthouse overlooking the city skyline at dusk. The interior boasts modern art and high-end furnishings. As you guys, led by Jai, step out of a private elevator, you are greeted by Ren Wei, exuding elegance and authority next to a grand piano. As you enter, the stunning view of the floor-to-ceiling windows captures your gaze. Ren Wei stands by the piano, her presence as commanding as the opulent surroundings. She greets you with a warm, welcoming smile, and that's what I like. Patrick, put on your glasses, jeez. Okay. Sorry, I have to read. Okay. Renway extends a graceful hand. Jai, it's been far too long, Chi-Chi. And these must be your young talents you've told me so much about. Welcome to my home, everyone, she says.
It was very nice to meet you.
Jai steps forward, her familiarity mixed with a little bit of unease. Jai returns a smile warmly. Ren, thanks for meeting us on such short notice. You look just as I remember. Renway laughs gently. And you are as direct as ever, Jai. Please make yourselves comfortable. Can I offer anyone a drink? She says.
I'm okay, thank you.
I'll take one.
I'll take one too.
Okay. He makes you some drinks of your choice. Rum and Coke, maybe vodka martini, or what is it you guys enjoy on nights like these? A celebration, perhaps champagne? She asks.
I won't say no.
I'll take some apple pie moonshine.
Apple pie moonshine. Unfortunately, she says, I don't have any of that on hand. But I do have
Of course, Flint, you would say that.
I just so happen to have this bottle of chilled champagne on ice. We wouldn't want it to go to waste now, would we?
That'll
Absolutely
work too.
not.
That'll work too.
She shoots Coach Jai a glance, and Coach Jai blushes a little bit. Now let's dive into this puzzle you've encountered. Jai briefed me a bit about your vigilante and this mysterious drive. Let's see what we can uncover together, she says as she pours you all a glass. Okay.
That would be
Ren examines the thumb drive as Jen produces it, and the explosive device parts with an expert eye. Renway, with a tensing wink, you've been quite the adventurers, haven't you? I could almost call the authorities on you for playing vigilante yourselves. But don't worry, she says. The drive, as she puts it into her computer, is encrypted. Cracking it will take some time, and the device, she gestures, is not the work of an amateur, she says. Whoever made this has considerable resources at their disposal, she says.
Would you have any idea where someone would get something like this?
But why are you getting into the business?
Not the business, just trying to prevent from other catastrophes from happening so someone doesn't get hurt.
Indeed. Well, I'd have to ponder on that, she says. Where exactly would someone find parts for something like this? No. This little device right here was not scraped together by parts alone. This was manufactured somehow. But professional grade. Doesn't have a serial number or anything on it that I can find. Not anything left, but this was not a simple pipe bomb. This was not something you find at a grocery store. This is military grade.
Military?
Really?
That's interesting.
The plot thickens.
But not made by any military that I know of, she says. Like she says, this was manufactured somehow, but with quality parts.
I wonder if the vigilante made it himself.
Can I have a closer look at it? See if there are any parts of it that I could possibly recognize, since I was in the military for 4 years, traveling the world, going to different military bases.
Sure.
That's a good point.
Very good. So you go over and it's on the table. And so you walk over and take a closer look at it. Okay. Let me get.
I got a 10.
Okay, you say, I don't know what it is, but I got a 10. Okay, that's fine. So you look at it, you look it over, and yeah, you think it looks a lot like a magnesium grenade. Okay, a white phosphorus grenade. Sorry, white phosphorus grenade. That's what this was.
Wow. This is actually extremely dangerous. More dangerous than we thought.
So, she says, you're right. Vigilante nonsense is dangerous. And your vigilante nonsense could get you into danger. But, don't worry, I'm not about to turn you in or anything. Let's just say I'm blissfully aware, and I'm blissfully unaware of any illicit activities, she says with a playful smile. These, however, really should go to the authorities, she says.
Yeah, maybe.
But I would be willing to look the drive over and tell you what I could come up with. Okay? And let you be the ones to turn in your findings to the police yourselves. Okay? So she hands you back the device. She says it's not going to hurt anyone anymore. It's perfectly safe. And it'll take me some time to look over this device. Okay? And then Jai, okay, says, "Well, perhaps we should leave you to your work then." And Ren says, "Nonsense, Jai. It's been too long, and a few hours more won't hurt. Why don't you stay for dinner? Least I could do for pulling you in this web of intrigue and whatnot. And you guys should celebrate. I heard you guys won this evening."
Yes, we did.
So Ren's offer fills the room, rich with promises and reprieve from the day's tensions. It's a rare glimpse into her world, a mixture of high society and deeper mysteries. Do you accept her invitation to linger over dinner and perhaps uncover more insights? Or do you choose to return and prepare for the challenges ahead?
I'm not going to say no to staying, so long as everyone else down to stay.
I mean, we're getting dinner out of it.
Dinner sounds good.
Okay, so you guys all insist, food, beverage, we may as well stay. And Jai reluctantly says that she will as well. So I'm not going to bore you guys with all this, but I will let you guys know that through conversation in the for dinner, you discover that Jai knows Wei from college. They used to dorm together, and they dated a little bit in college and a little bit out of college, but then they kind of went their separate ways. Ren, of course, is a little bit more fortunate in life, comes from a rich family, and Jen, kind of doesn't really dig the lavish lifestyle, and of course, Ren says that she would, of course, couldn't live without her, expensive this and expensive that. But yeah, they used to date, basically. So, a little bit of something for Jai. And Jai's last name is Chen. You learn that as well. So, Jai Chen. Nickname Chi-Chi, but only Ren Wei has ever been known to call her that.
Oh.
But she says she'll look over the device. She shares some drinks with you guys, shares stories, embarrassing stories about Jen and so forth, or younger years. You end up leaving the evening with a new understanding of Jai, not just workhorse and motivator and trainer, but an actual person, with an actual life before being a pro bending coach. But at the same time, yep. I have a question. Does it bother any of you that she dated?
No, love is love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious. Does anyone want to comment on her whatever, or you're just leaving bygones to be bygones, that kind of thing.
I just say let's just leave bygones be bygones.
Yeah.
Might as well not embarrass the coach anymore. I saw her blush earlier.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. Well,
my face is red like a fucking tomato, man. I don't want to embarrass it.
right. Okay. Well, really didn't have much more for you guys this evening. Okay. But because we are coming to the end, we are coming to that moment again when we ask ourselves some questions. Okay. So at the end of each session, our whole group determines how much growth you've earned through the baseline growth move answering question, and marking 1 growth for each yes answered. Okay. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
See him.
About the world itself, or just something new and
Did you learn
interesting in the
something-
now?
Learn anything challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world? Yeah. Would you say that you did?
Not necessarily.
No.
Well, I mean, we
Okay.
did learn about the vigilante.
A little about her possibly have military
Oh,
know-how or whatever.
if that
Yeah.
counts, then yeah.
You learned that Jai has a relationship outside of, whatever.
Yeah.
Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem? Did you guide a character towards balance or end this session at your center?
No.
So ask yourself how many yeses you have to this.
One.
You got 1?
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So, since I'm still angry and insecure, I know insecure says take -2 to trick and resist shifting my balance. So, which way would I shift it?
And I'm still angry, so which way would I go for mine, too?
Okay. So those are the conditions that you guys received. So the only way to have a condition removed is for like guide and comfort or something like that from one of you guys. So that's how you guys help each other. Okay. That's exactly what that last question's about. Is did you actively do those things in the game? Some of you did. Okay. As that was the primary role for some of the characters throughout the game. Okay, so that's what Andrew and Cody were rolling for, and Damon was doing his best to assist with and stuff like that was guide and comfort, which is trying to relieve those little conditions and stuff like that. And help bring you back to center. All right. So that's what that is. And if you feel like you did any of that today, then you can mark a growth. Okay. Which technically, if you guys participate in the sidelines and whether you rolled or not, you can determine for yourself if you did or not. Now then, with old Hanzo's a special little case.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Since we won, can I take away me being guilty, or is that stuck there?
No, you'll go back to center on the, yeah. You'll be fine. It's like they try to treat it like the beginning of every episode being like a new thing. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So with yours, old Hanzo, yours is a little bit different. Okay, because you have the tragic thing attached to you, right? I'm trying to find that on your character sheet right now, and I can't. I think that's the reason why I can't is because of my issues with the content sharing. Okay, so I'll have to fix that on my end. But any of you that ended up saying yes to any of those 3 questions can mark a growth for your character. Okay. Now some of you are getting towards being able to use some of those points and so forth, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It looks like
So-
you already have 1 advancement point for you there, Amanda. Looks like you've used 1 already. Flint. Dinga, you have 1 available for you. Looks like Alfonso's used 1 already. Looks like you've used 1, Mao. Looks like you might be getting 1 here this time there, Jax. And looks like you've used 1 as well already there, Sarlacc. So you guys end up gaining any advancement points that you said yes to those questions for. Okay? But I hope to find out what ends up happening with this USB drive the next session. Okay?
Yes, I'm quite interested.
Yeah, me too. And of course, we'll see who you're facing next week or next time in the pro bending. So I know that not everyone got the chance to contribute in combat today. Sorry, I'll try to get better at trying to expedite that process, but it's all a little bit new to me as well. But I hope that you guys all had a good time. I tried to include you guys as best as possible, all of you. And I know I had a good time. I always do running these games and stuff. Anyway, until next time, do you want to say be kind to each other because we're all in this together? And